What's up, everyone? It's your girl Brain Shanae, and today, sadly, I'll be unhauling some books from my shelves. So in order for me to show you that, please stay tuned. I am back, and also if you're new to my channel, welcome. So I'll be doing the second unhaul of the year that I have ever done. I really do not unhaul books, but I figure it's time that I do so. There's books that I'll be giving away to some friends, and some books I already have copies of and just want to get rid of, and some popular books that I'm just never going to read. Let's go ahead and get started, and I'll share with you what I have of this unhaul. So the first book that I'll be going to be hauling is The Bone Witch. I was able to get another copy of this book, and a friend had wanted to read it herself. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I will go ahead and give this to you and just let this be off my shelf. So I have The Bone Witch by Ren Chipeco. I heard that this is a great book. I do have it on my shelves up top. You just can't see it. So I was like, there's no point in me having two copies of this. And I know someone that I definitely know someone would really enjoy this about bones and witches. They're all for it. So yeah, so I'll be giving this away to a friend. Next book that I'll be giving away to another friend is this book, All Stirred Up. It's a novel by Brienne Moore. I started reading this book and then I just couldn't get into it, so it's like a DNF for me. But I know a friend that would love to have this book. They're definitely romance readers, and this is a book that I think she really will enjoy. So this is another book that I'm going to be unhauling and giving away. Next book, I'm going to be selling this book because this isn't a copy. This is the Waterstone signed exclusive edition. I liked the second book of this author, but it wasn't as I expected because it was I know there's a lot of times that she had written she was given a lot of time to write this book, and I feel like it was really rushed, and it just wasn't as I thought it would be from the first book, because the first book was amazing and I really anticipated the second book was going to be really good. So that's why I also got this edition, but then it failed me, so it's like there's no point in me keeping two copies of this. So I have the US edition, which I'm going to keep because it matches with my first book that I have for her, and that is Tami Adeyemi, a Children of Vengeance and Virtue and Vengeance. I couldn't get that out. It was a tongue twister. But yeah, so this is the Waterstone edition. As you can see, it has the sprayed edges. It's the UK edition as well. So it's just a little bit different from the US edition. But yeah, the only reason why I got this because I thought I was really going to enjoy the second book, and I really didn't. So I was like, if I might as well sell this, you know, because it's no point in being on my shelves and taking up space. So this is another book that I'll be selling. Next book. Now, I had read this book, but I was able to get the hardcover edition of the first edition of this book. As you can see, it's the Ember and the Ashes right here. I liked it. That edition is the first edition that was printed, so I wanted to get that. And I wanted to go ahead and get rid of the paperback and sell it, and that is an Ember in the Ashes by Tabasa here. Yeah, so I got the hardcover edition of this book, just so it would match with my other book, which is this one, before they did the cover change and everything like that. So I was like, I want to get the hardcover so it will match all my books, since I pre-ordered the last and fourth and final book of the series, A Sky Beyond the Storm. And so yes, so I really enjoyed this book. This was amazing. So there's nothing really wrong with this book. It's just that I have a hardcover copy, so there's no point in me keeping the paperback. So I'll be selling this book right here. I will say the cover is gorgeous. So I'm getting rid of this one and selling it. Next book, I just think I have no interest in reading it. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it. I know it's going to be eventually on Netflix and everything like that, but maybe that's just something for me just to watch on Netflix, because I don't really think I'm not really intrigued in reading it. So this is the collector's edition of Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I'll be selling this. I just feel like this is a popular book that I'm never going to read. I'm never going to finish reading. I know there's 2 books, I believe, total, but I'm just not interested. So this is one of the popular books that I'll definitely be getting rid of and selling, which is the collector's edition. Next book, which I have a copy of from Fairyloot. This book came from the Bookish box. which is, this is also their exclusive, but I like the Fairyloot Edition better, which I'll show you right here since I have it to give you an example. So this is the Fairyloot Edition, and this is the edition that I'll be giving away, and I just love the Fairyloot's book better. I love the sprayed edges and everything like that, so I just like this better. So I figured I would just go ahead and sell this, and it is signed, I believe, by the author. So yeah, but there's no point in me having 2 editions, so I'm gonna be getting rid of this. Now, these 2 books are very, very popular. People talk about them all the time, and I tried to read the first book and I couldn't get into it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. I'm just saying I couldn't. And that is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. A lot of people love his writing and everything like that, but I do not like the annotations. I just don't like the format. I can't do it. Like, I feel like I'm in college again. I just couldn't get into it. I don't like the format of the book. I DNF'd it when I got to page like 30. That's how bad it was. So yeah, I'm never going to read this book, so I'm definitely going to be selling it. And then I got the second book too, which is for a signed first edition. And I'm like I said, I'm never going to read this series. I know people are going to be like, what's wrong with you? But I just couldn't get into this world. I know people love it. I get it. But I can't. So I DNF the first book, so there's no point in reading. Just try to keep them. There's no point. The covers are gorgeous. I'll give him that. But I just can't get into the world. So I'll be selling both of these books. This book I have another copy of a book of the month copy, so there's no point in me keeping this. So I'll be selling that as well, and that is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So right now I have the book of the month copy of this book, so there's no point in me having 2 copies of the same book. I just can't. I have too many copies of the same book, and I have to get rid of them somehow. So I'm going to be selling this book. I believe I had gotten this from Barnes & Noble, and then I didn't realize I had ordered the book of the month with this book. Did not know. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'll be getting rid of this as well. Next book I really don't have interest in. I don't really like DC comics. I'm more of Avengers type girl, so I'll be getting rid of Batman Detective Comics 1000 Deluxe Edition. It's still in the plastic. I just can't get into it. I'm not interested in it. Like I said, I'm an Avengers person. I'm not of a DC fan, unfortunately. So yeah, but that is it, you guys. That is all the books I'm going to be unhauling. There was a lot of popular books, some copies I'm be giving away, some books I'm just never going to read. That is it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this quick video. I'm so sorry that I'm getting rid of some of these books that people love, but I know for a fact that I'm never going to read them, and there's no point in having them on my shelves. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys, and stay healthy and stay safe. See ya.